Welcome back to the Central Train Station by LEGO City. This is set number 60469, contains 752 pieces, retails for $99.99, and the set was provided to me by the LEGO Group for review. Thank you, LEGO. So, essentially in the first installment, we covered bags 1, 2, and 3. Bag 1 does this thing, and then bag 2 and 3 does this section here. And so far I'm pretty pleased with the set. I think we're at a 9, probably 9.5 just for stickers, no scratch pieces. I can't remember if there was. So it's probably a 9.5. I really can't recall. I need to start writing this down. And I'm pretty pleased with the build so far. This is pretty interesting. And, oh, I just forgot to turn that on there. There we go. So, today I'm going to be focusing on bags 4 and 5. We're going to break this down into 3 installments. I think that's what we're going to be doing. So far, pretty good. And I have a feeling we're going to continue on with that. So let me slide these out of the way here, because we don't need these right now. And let's see here. And as far as for the stickers, I thought I had... Oh, that's right, because this book just starts right on bag 4. If I can find them, we didn't do it. We took some stickers off. So that's all we've done. It's not bad, it's mild. I just wish this stuff was printed. It'd be a big help, but it's not. But that's how it goes. Okay, let's begin with bag 4. Let's build it. And yeah, smaller sessions are usually easier to digest, I've noticed. So that's always a good thing. And I'm literally tripping over electronic devices right now. Oh man, how bad is that scratched? Get that out of there. Oh, Lego, Lego, Lego. Come on. Making sure here, yeah. 8.5 it is. Kind of tired of that. Getting annoyed. Jay, you fell everything. Yeah, I will if I have to. We just started. I hadn't even started building yet. But for the most part, this set is keeping my interest. Okay, so... that's a nice torso, but we're putting together the minifigure first with the cell phone and a ticket. So, and I got a scratchy throat today. The air out here has just been horrific, and yeah, it's been not too pleasant, but I'm surviving. Stay indoors. I have to go outside. I'm still digging out a post, still dealing with that stupid hornet's nest that I kind of knocked off the eaves, and now I'm dealing with the waiting for them to go away. And I do need some of these, not in that color, but I do need them. Yeah, I wish they'd put all the minifigure parts in the small bag to make it easy to find. But before we really take a closer look at her, let's go ahead and put the cell phone, or well, it's a credit card. Lego, what's with all the minifigures now with all the credit cards? Is Lego that expensive now that they gotta all have credit cards? I bet it is. Everybody's got credit cards or a debit card today. And yeah. So that's our figure right there. Those are printed too. Pretty cool. I like that torso. That's pretty cool. Not too shabby. Okay, now we're going to get on back onto this. I'm not sure which side we're working on now. Could be something that plugs in here. We don't know yet. So let me get this zoomed in here so we can kind of look more here. Yeah, it's been like in the hundreds today. All that stuff. It's been hot. Kind of hiding from drama and stuff, so I'm back here right now, just kind of chilling out, doing my own little thing. And my intent is right now I'm trying to catch up on reviews, so I'm slowly getting done with editing files. Like right now, I just got done proofing part 3 of the Lego Friends Flower Cafe, and then now I just got done editing part 4 and sending it up to YouTube. I'm going to be editing that costume party friend set, so I'm getting that going there. I'm waiting for that to send up because the memory card reader that I have is like 20 years old, so I need to get a faster one eventually. But I always like to use that old technology because it's more reliable. So once I get that going, we'll be ready to go here. And then I'll start editing those for your enjoyment, so you can hear the crude commentary. But I have been slowly getting things done, slowly. And I'm checking this camera every so often because I don't want to have any more boo-boos. Okay, some 2x16s. Yeah. I asked my bunch today if they'd like to go out for a nice dinner because it is hot, and it'd be a better way to get in the car and get a bite to eat than just sitting around here. And but can you bring us home something? And today is the 16th of July 2025. It's a Wednesday, and I was like, well, we can all get dressed up and go out for a bite to eat, and just get away from everything. And no, stop off and get something to eat. They didn't say us. So I did just that. I stopped off at the diner, got myself a meal. I said, okay, will do. And then that's it. I had a nice fish dinner. Came home. And that stirred up something. I thought you bring stuff home. I said, I thought we'd all go out for dinner, but you told me just to stop off and get something, so I did. I only assumed that you guys ate, and that was it. I was starving. I worked for 9 hours today, and part of it, which was in the hot sun. I said, no, I'm not going to go do that. Okay, and now it looks like we're working on maybe another booth or something, or maybe stairs. We don't know yet, so I wanted to index that there. But I was just kind of like, okay, so I left it at that. I'm tired of asking my bunch, so now I only offer one time. After that, the offer's void, and I don't want to mess with it anymore. I just thought, longer story behind it, but I don't want to bore you with all that. But it was just kind of like, that was like a slap in my face. I thought, we worked our buns off. Now let's treat ourselves. But yeah, sometimes doing nice things doesn't pay off. But that's why I'm home right now doing Lego stuff with a full stomach. Or the weekends, when the weekends come around, I sleep in. So I've been up early all week. And then I hear, oh, you slept in. Why do you sleep in till 10 o'clock? I don't know, maybe because I've been up early all week and I want to sleep and catch up. So I kind of just leave it at that. Man, this is kind of I'm starting to droop down here. There we go. And yeah, you can tell I sound a little tired. That's just how it is, though. I mean, work kind of wears you out. Some of you who work full-time jobs, who work 8 to 10 hours a day, you know exactly where I'm coming from with this. And I just thought, oh, we'll do something nice, but missing something there. Let me go back. But oh, there's a 1x1 brick that goes in there. Okay, well, I'm glad now I saw that. We'll put that in there. Okay, we got the ramp put in. We're still working on that, by the way. And yeah, that was it. As far as for... No, I'll get off a boring drama. Gotta vent a little bit. As far as for tutorials, I have another one that I'm going to have to build. I got a prototype of it. Something for a very large project, and I thought I got to start preserving these. So I need to get onto that and get that prepared. When am I going to have that done? I don't know. But I know one thing, though. I am getting some stuff done. And yeah, it looks like we're working on the right-hand side. Yeah, I'm stuffed up today. Allergies are not being friendly, so I just have to deal with it here. All right. But this set is keeping my interest still. That's the good news today. It's not boring, just the scuffed parts. And yeah, went back to work after the haircut. Well, it was yesterday, but today I went to work, and then yeah, a lot of people didn't even recognize me because the hair was all cut off. They thought I was enlisting into the military. Told them about the eyebrow slit thing, and oh, you should just go for it. You get away with it. And I thought, yeah, maybe next time I will, or I could probably put it in myself and royally mess up. That'd make a good conversation piece. I gotta mess up sometimes in life, huh? I can't just do everything perfect. So I probably may go for it one day and just gotta have my usual mess ups. Don't want to press in the middle of that and break that down, so be careful with this. I would have put a bit more of a support in the middle there, but that would have been just me. But yeah, just doing all this goofy stuff, getting work done. Sometimes going to work is like a vacation. I get to do things. Most of it, which is on the computer. But here, the only thing I'm looking at is the screen on the viewfinder, and I'm looking at the phone because I'm using that as a stopwatch. Trying to make these more efficient. At least I'm doing that. But I have a feeling over this train station we're done, it's going to be bare bones. I did have somebody kind of got angry with me about some of the blunt honesty in these videos, and I just said, you know, I was kind about it, but I said you may want to find another channel that's more romper room tailored than anything else. What is a romper room? I think it's a TV show back from probably 30 years ago. I said, trust me, it's mostly educational, everybody's friendly. I said, that's probably more your speech, just to run them off, because I thought, oh, I hate when people get rude with me, because especially after a work week, I've just had a very bad week. Yeah, that's yeah, not too pleasant. Okay, now it looks like we're doing some kind of waterfall thing here. Oh, that doesn't go there. But at least I'm honest, you know, I'm not going to filter these. I mean, it's keeping my interest. I'm not lying there. It's, you know. But the stickers are kind of killing it, though. We need sticker number 4, which is this. I guess it tells you the arrival times. Yeah, arrival, departure, train number. So that'd be a good little... If this was printed, this would have been a good piece to have for a train station. And speaking of that, I got to get a hold of the mechanic about my car and saying, what did you guys do to this thing? Is it something that I'm going to have to learn how to do on my own? Probably will. But I've done everything else. I just don't mess with brakes or the power steering, because I have the Haynes manual, and I thought, well, this is a little too much. I don't have those type of tools. And of course I was driving home, and the speaker in my passenger door was rattling, so I got to check and see if anything was... It kind of just... So I don't know if that's the... I didn't put the door panel back in all the way, so I got to take a look at that, and if I didn't, I'll just pop the whole thing off and put some foam behind it, just to kind of cushion it up a bit. So, but that I can fix myself. I don't need to hire someone to do that. Because I had to change out the speakers. The factory speakers are just kind of rotted out, starting to dry rot. Of course, I could recone them and stuff, but I haven't done that. You know what I forgot to do? Put that piece on there. Well, we can do that now. But I still have the old factory speakers. They do need to be reconed, but I'm not too much worried about them. You know how General Motors is on things. They had those goofy harnesses. My nephew wants to change his out. He guys, oh, this should just be plug and play. And I just thought in the back of my mind, I said, oh, you'll find out. They use special harnesses for that. Oh, this one's actually printed here. It's kind of cool. I can always use extra computer monitors, but I had mine upside down. I don't know how much it needs to be, but oh, it's like an ATM machine. You gotta love Lego. It's just kind of fun to put things together and make things work and all sorts of stuff. There we go. Now you can, even though if it's not done yet and there's no trains, you can still book a flight or book a thing. Now it looks like we're putting together some kind of a signal. Probably tell you a train indicator. Somebody's into trains. Let me know what these things are. This one has like red and green lights. Obviously a traffic light. It's like the train's going to be able to stop on a dime. Yeah, my breathing's kind of messed up today, but yeah, that's just how it is. Okay, they got the clip at the bottom, so the red light has to go with that right there. Making sure, because I almost messed up myself. Doesn't mean you're going to mess up, but I know I would. They always give you an extra rod in these things. I got so many of these little pieces here. And then this goes here. Like that. Swings into place. And that's it for bag 4 with only 3 pieces remaining. Not too bad at all. Okay. Now we're going to do bag 5, and in addition to bag 5, we're also going to need, looks like 2 train tracks. Okay, we got 1 and 2. And we need 3 of these elevator shaft parts. And then this piece, yours probably would be floating around on the bottom of the box. That's what that is. Okay. But we don't need all those right now because we need to do a minifigure, so we can whack all the parts off the train thing while we're getting that together. We got to do the boring stuff first. I would have saved the minifigure for last. I remember back in college, everybody started on always on step 1, where I did not, because each problem on the exam was like exclusive from one another. They're mutually exclusive. They're not connected anyway. Oh, we have to start with number 1. Did the directions tell you that? No, you can start on number 10. So while they were all working on their stuff, I was 2/3 done with my exam, and they were just starting number 2. I couldn't figure out number 1. So, yeah, that's just how it is. Well, it looks like all the parts are in at least this one bag here for the minifigure. Except for the wig, it's in the other small bag. And then he's got himself, what are these? Oh, they're crutches. All right, so these go on, if I can get one in his hand, maybe if I put the hand backwards. Like that. If I can get it to focus in there. So I think I've only saw one person in high school that had those. Of course, they could be used as projectile launchers. I don't dare say the name on YouTube because they'll get all mad about it. But put that in there and then set it like that. So there we go, and that's it for him. Not too bad, huh? Okay. Okay. And then now we're back to the big thing here. But I have so many big pieces. Let's take a look at all the transparent scratch parts. And yeah, let's see if you can see that. You could see it right there. I mean, this is heavily scratched. What was it, like an 8.5? And the door just has a little pit in it. I'd say a 7.5 now. We got another one of these. Let's see how bad this is. Might come in without a... Well, no, I spoke too soon. I'm sure you can see that right. I'm trying to get the light, but it's right there. I mean, that's deep. I can literally run my finger and you could feel it. 6.5 it is. Lego's got to learn, right? We all have to learn our lessons. And if I have to start flat out filling sets, I will. I mean, come on now. For $100, that's expensive for a lot of people. That's pricey. You're telling me you can't find a way, even if these happen in manufacturing, Lego, you got to step up. Okay? Admit that you did wrong and you're going to improve that. But yeah, they won't. So now it looks like we're building the elevator shaft. We need one of these. These are good. If you get these, hoard them. But you know these pieces? They'll fit inside this black piece here. Okay. See, they'll go in. This is their elevator. I'm sure you could do some nice lifts with these. Very nice lifts with them. So we are going to hoard those up. So if you get these, and be careful, these edges here are kind of sharp. But this is a piece, if you're getting into this, hoard them. I have a bunch of these. They look like little Twizzlers or little licorice pieces. Hoard them. You'll need them if you're building elevators here. And sorry, there's not a lot of space up here right now until I clean this mess off here. So it's going to be very cluttered for a while, but I can actually bring this out a bit more. But yeah, I'm getting kind of fed up with it. I know there's some people on the land that have done that, but from what I'm gathering is Lego doesn't want to hear about the quality control. You can tell us about any problems except for quality control. So obviously they're aware of how this stuff is packed. They just don't want to do nothing about it. This is what's going to be a killer in this set. Is the stickers. I used to go hardcore on stickers, not anymore. It's more about quality control. What is it? These pieces don't even come in with scratches because they're so small. These, if they had them in a separate bag and they were scratched, then we know that there was a problem with the way they were manufactured. But hey, at least I'm honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. it's still keeping my interest regardless of the parts that are damaged. And I'm looking for a little round tile. Or it's a half tile. Of course, it's all white, gray, and black at this point. I was hoping for a little bit more color than this. And we have a sticker number 7. Let's see if I can dig out the sticker sheet. So we jump from 6 to 7, or 5 and 6. So staff only. Right there. And this door goes right in here. So the staff are the ones that get to ride the elevator where everybody else has to use the stairs. That's not fun. And then they just use some wall panels here. So I bet this is opened up, but yeah. Let's see here. Hey, at least we're cleaning off some of the big pieces, huh? We're getting there. But like I said, though, you get those elevator pieces, hoard the living daylights out of those. You will not regret it. Just start, you know, these, hoard them. These are nice worm gears, if you want to call them that. You can connect as many as you want. I've seen people do intricate lifts with them, elevators. Things that slide around. It's more or less a nice piece. And if for your elevators, these are not just for garage doors anymore. Especially if you get the 1x2x5 column ones, they're even better. So if you get those, hoard them too. Now we got to drop this guy in here. Okay, sits in like that. Yeah, it's kind of messy in here, huh? Oh yeah. Okay, let's put not too bad. Not too bad at all. At least we're getting to some bigger stuff. It's not like little 1x2s. At least we're doing something with bigger pieces here. There's not a lot of buildings out where I'm at that have elevators. How often do we ride on elevators? If you're in a big city, yeah, that's with skyscrapers. Some of you are probably on those daily, you know, out here. Very rare. Not like a common occurrence here. And I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, but I can't wait to get some more elevator parts. And yes, you can, if you want, take some power functions and you can make an electronic lift. It'd be kind of hard, but I'm sure you can cobble up something. Okay. Because I have a few of these elevator pieces, so I think I need to group those in a bin by themselves. I have them in a bin full of random parts, but I may end up grouping those because it's a nice part to have. And let's see here. You can tell I've had a rough day, huh? Stuffed up, bored. And then now we got to make some more Twizzlers. Yeah, got to be careful. I've had my hand cut on one of these here, so just be careful because he's got some good sharp corners on him. There we go. Kind of cool. Looks like rebar, huh? And then you just shove this right down in your elevator here. like that. And of course, if you twist this, yeah. And then now we take one of our scratched windows and we'll place this in here. I'd love to buy a bunch of these in transparent clear, but I bought some from Pick-a-Brick and they were packed in with a bunch of other bricks and they came in so heavily scratched. I just left them a very bad review and that was it. You know, like I said, the stuff's expensive and I don't want to have it damaged. Because those are good for picture windows for houses, if you're using them for skyscrapers. Yeah, oh, just remembered everyone. Thank you to my main channel contributors. I appreciate that, especially if you like hearing the rant videos. It really shows me you care. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and Rebrickable customers. That's always a big help. As well as everyone who comments, subscribes, thumbs up the video, interacts with it, all that stuff. So that's always a big, big help. Motivates me to do stuff like this. And to take more time off. That's even better. Who doesn't like having time off? That means it's more time for me to spend doing Lego stuff. So yeah, that's what it's going towards. It's basically going towards new stuff, new projects, not this. This is already provided by Lego. That's why Lego's mentioned in the contributors, because they are contributing. You know, if it's a review offer, it is a contribution, it helps. So that's what I'm looking for. Every bit helps. Everything. Well, getting there. Just make sure you're putting these in the right way or your elevator will get stuck. And you may have to take yours all apart. You don't want to do that. It kind of reminds me of that that big giant ski slope that we did in Lego a few years back. That kind of thing. Okay, I have a feeling we're going to be joining these two pieces together because now it's asking me for some train tracks. Hey, I'm hoarding these up too. I really want to get into custom trains. So, I just need probably about 2,500 pieces of track and I probably don't even have 50. So, well, one day I might. So I have a gut feeling that this is probably going to go here. Okay, so yeah, it just fits right on there, doesn't it? Making sure here, yes, that's what it looks like on the bottom. Not. This is very fragile, so be very careful. And now we got to get the other piece acquainted with the track. So now we are not done building yet, but we got to get this going here. So let's see if you got a better view than I do, obviously. That's how it goes on. So just press that down in there, just like that. Alrighty. So now we got the terminal done. Yeah. And then now we're working right in the middle here. Right in this area. So let me raise this up for you. Because now we're going to focus right in here. Okay, let's see here. So let's get going on that. So I mean, it's not a bad set. I'm having fun with this one. And usually city sets are kind of the same old thing. Well, no, this is a train station. This is not like a hospital or a fire station. This is something different. So this is a something different set. If you're into trains, that would be a good thing, or making bridges for trains. Yeah, I know somebody asked me, Jay, you should really get heavy into trains. You could have a lot of fun with it. And I kind of want to do it because I already have blueprints on how to make terrain, buildings. I've done vehicles. Why don't I do trains and just dabble with that? I don't know if I'll be good at trains. I heard that they're kind of hard because you got to make sure they don't tip over and stuff at high speeds. Well, we'll see eventually here. All right, well, I got that on there without messing up. That's good. Oh, wait a minute. That's not supposed to go there. Whoopsie. That is supposed to go there. I was like, okay, I'm looking at the instructions. That don't make any sense. And then they show these right here. Okay, that's how it's supposed to go. I'm allowed to make mistakes, right? It's okay to make a mistake. It's not like I'm permanently doing it. Ooh, I got to put a sticker on this. I need these little wheat thin tiles. And then it wants me to put sticker number 5 on it, which is the picture of the choo-choo train. Ooh, I wish that was printed. That would have been a really good piece to have for just as a piece of artwork. I mean, of course, you could leave it like that too. And just the colors used in this sticker reminds me of stuff that I've seen back when I was a kid. Not too bad. And then this goes right in here. Like right there. Okay. Making sure I got that face in the right way. And then now we got to put the slopes up here. We haven't got to that glass arch yet. I think that's not going to happen until later because it uses a bunch that looks like those garage door pieces. Okay. And then now we got to start locking everything in with some 1x12s. Those will also be your best friend when you're building buildings and stuff. I am not expecting this to be as sturdy as I think it's going to be because there was one that I did in the other set and it was that mountain that from that Arctic train, and that thing's already starting to disintegrate, so it's not that durable. I'm assuming that this thing here, if you put this on a mill's plate, I'm sure it'd be really good. But this one here is going to be kind of tough. And yeah, let's do this real quick before I go check on some stuff here. Okay. And I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Now it looks like we're ready to put on some kind of a deck up here. This could be another portion of the building or something like that. We don't know. We're still not done with the elevator yet, so I'm assuming the elevator takes you to up here. We've only got 3 of those section pieces. And let's see here. We're getting some more space in here, which is kind of cool. Let's slide that back for you. I mean, we're getting something done. But just like with the typical Lego set, this one's full of air, lots of air around here. It's big and it's tall and full of air. And I like these new type of pieces. These are always cool to have. I'm trying to get them in different colors. So these would be good for like vehicles or anything that requires something that needs a soft bull-nosed corner. Would always be a big help. Especially around stuff like this. It gives it a little bit more like molded stone look. Okay, it looks like now we're making some kind of floodlights, but we're going to make 2 of these. Only just like 3 pieces. But yeah, this is not a bad set really for what it is. This will get you going into making train stuff if you're looking for stuff to make trains. And in addition, though, you know, one of the things I forgot to mention is it's not a collaborative build by any means. I'd say up to 2 people, but I could build this, but it looks like just you can't just put the parts together and then put the clamshell together last. So that's probably the only downside to this set here. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have to raise it up higher. That's one thing bad about doing skyscraper builds is that cameras like I'm using here, my setup here is for landscape, and what am I doing? I'm doing portrait filming. Be good if you just used a phone. But I don't care if videos are vertical or horizontal. If you're building something like this, vertical would be better. But the problem with YouTube is vertical is considered light for shorts. And trying to watch a vertical video, you know, some people used to throw a fit back in the early days of YouTube. You know, why do you do vertical videos? And I understand why people do it. It's easy to hold your phone like that anyways. But yeah, I don't know. And then we got to put this here, and this goes right in here. So we can raise this up. This is kind of stiff, but it doesn't have a handle on it yet. I don't think we're meant to play with that just yet. And take another scratched piece. And yeah, when I do the review on this, I am literally just going to go ham on it. So right now we're already at a 6.5 already. We're not even done yet, so I wonder how bad the rest of it is. Usually missing pieces is an automatic fail. That's if I can confirm that I didn't lose it. Most of the time Lego is really good about that. They'll substitute a piece, but it's the point about you have to wait for the new part to come in, and you know, I've had them sent the wrong piece in sets. I mean, mistakes happen, but mistakes can cost you too. Okay, so right now we're focusing here. So 6.5 it is, unfortunately, with this. I was hoping this one would be like a 9 or a 10. But see, I don't know. First impressions, though, it looked interesting but small. Oh, I mean, I got that in the wrong place. But, okay, I need a brick separator, and this set does come with one. Boy, I still can't get that in there. Am I just not using it right? There we go. So these are going to be probably hour-long installments, but I'm trying to make I'm trying to get things to fit right now for filming videos. Like this one's going to fit in between some newer sets that are new. They are early releases, so I got to kind of fill in the voids between early and late releases. So this is going to be more like a space filler until I get to that point. Okay, some palisade bricks there. And we're stacking plates on plates here all of a sudden, huh? Trying to get that close so you can see it without me slowly hanging over the table now. Yeah, doing these big sets, it does kind of takes a little out of you. Got a hole there, but I'm sure that's what that's going to be for eventually. I mean, we're not even close to completion yet. I think a lot of kids and myself are going to be playing with the elevator. Goes in like that. And it sticks in here like this. And yes, the blue hand from the void is back, and it tells us how to do it too. So yeah, now this is a lot easier with the knob. A little high there, but there's a gap that you could fall in that hole and plummet to your demise, but that's how it works. So basically that's it. And before we really get into it here, that's what we have remaining for, let me make sure here, bag 5 with only one piece. Okay, while we're doing all this here, this will be Summation of Thoughts, and not bad. We only got like 3 or 4 stickers left. I'm not sure, but we're getting to that point. And I think these holes are just left open so you could reach in there, but there's really no easy way. Can I put my figure in here? Barely. If this was flipped this way, it would have been easier. So, but it takes you up to here. Feels a bit stiff, but I think you don't want it to come crashing down. But yeah, if you had this would work good with your Arctic train. Just not too bad. And these are the 2 figures we did in this installment here. So these will go right here. And put him here. And she can go right here. And the whole goal about that is to show that we've done this stuff so far. And I'm pretty pleased with this. It's been really a good set so far. Just the scratched pieces are kind of killing this one off. But overall, I really want to get back into this, but I have a bunch of other real-life chores I got to do right now. And so I think the next thing we're going to be focusing on is this part, this dome piece that goes here, and then the top parts. This is going to get a lot bigger than this. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's pretty much just left off here. I thought there'd be something attached here, but it just, so this is all we got left, is this area here in the clock tower. Doesn't look too bad, but so far it's keeping my interest. It's not a bad build, but tell me what you think.